The Keller Williams Office Tenant Improvement Project consisted of a 6,000 square foot office build-out. The build-out included 26 new offices, 16 built-in cubicle spaces, client presentation rooms, a full kitchen, and a formal lobby entrance. Pentalon self-performed carpentry and the installation of FF&E. Pentalon worked closely with the entire project team and provided value engineering solutions for the electrical and HVAC system. They were successful in providing an 18% cost savings to the owners while keeping the quality and integrity of the project intact. Contract value was $400,000 with a 90-day project schedule. The LDCC School Remodel Project consisted of the major remodeling of a 16,500 square foot office and warehouse building into a K-12 private school. The remodel had a challenging project schedule, and in order to meet the demands of the owner's timeline, a strong team worked closely with all subcontractors, suppliers, owners, and design team. During the course of construction, $120,000 of change orders were added to the original scope of work by the owner, with no extension to the schedule. Close attention to crew shifts and collaboration with all involved ensured that any lost time was recovered and the project met its critical completion date. Project schedule was 3 months with a contract value of $1.2 million. Smith's Marketplace North Ogden consisted of over 123,000 square feet of construction and site development. The retail and grocery space includes, but is not limited to, a bakery, deli, garden center, pharmacy, and jeweler store. The project schedule was 332 days, with 3% self-performed work done by Wadman. Unforeseen soil conditions threatened the project budget and schedule when soil liquefaction was discovered upon commencement of the project. Value engineering by the Wadman team minimized impact of the soil conditions, which included redesigning the project schedule to reflect additional man-hours needed and hauling in 120,000 tons of rock to stabilize the site. The scope of work for the Cottonwood Country Club included 2 phases of design and construction. Phase 1 included the demolition of existing facilities to make room for a new 4,800 square foot cabana, complete with outdoor bar seating and a new 7-lane lap pool and tennis courts. Phase 2 included demolition of the existing clubhouse and construction of a new 20,000 square foot clubhouse, among other amenities. The majority of materials specified and used in the project were selected based on specific energy criteria for a natural, environmental-friendly, and sustainable product. Additional green elements were developed into the design and construction, including tubular skylights for the interior toilet rooms to provide natural lighting, large window areas strategically located to maximize natural lighting without adding solar heat gain, the use of exterior window sunscreens to minimize the southern exposures, and finally, using the club's existing well system to match with ground source mechanical system. Pentalon Construction was the general contractor for Somerset Meadows Apartment in Pleasant Grove, Utah. The project consisted of a 288-unit multifamily complex with 16 buildings, clubhouse, play area, and swimming pools, including wading and splash pools and hot tub complex. A highly challenging schedule requirement of the owners of the project included turnover of each unit upon completion for immediate occupancy by end users. In order to keep this flow going, the team created a plan and coordination of the subcontractors to keep work on upcoming buildings progressing while balancing the manpower to finish off buildings for turnover to owner. The project consisted of 16 different completion and turnover dates. In addition, high groundwater made excavation and utilities installation challenging. Pentalon Construction self-performed the finished carpentry. Contract amount, $22 million. Kier Construction was the construction manager of the $17.5 million Wyndham Vacation Resorts development in Park City, Utah. The property is 4 stories consisting of 86 Alpine Luxe units for a total of 164,000 square feet of resort vacation space. Innovative programs relating to quality included the use of post-tension concrete deck as the lid of the underground parking structure allowed for 4 levels of wood construction. Steel was used sparingly, resulting in structural costs containment. In addition, a large tunnel driveway was created to allow guests access to neighboring properties. This was a coordination achievement that allowed operations to remain uninterrupted during construction. One site challenge arose when bedrock was detected during the initial excavation. Kier's excavating subcontractor was required to hammer out 25 vertical feet of rock, causing a 6-week delay on the parking structure. 3,000 square feet of temporary shoring was required to maintain the high slope of the neighboring property. Regardless of multiple site challenges, Kier Construction brought the project in on time. Completed ahead of schedule and under budget, this $46 million 4-story, 210,000 square foot facility doubled the workspace to include indoor and outdoor environments that appeal to the well-educated, ecologically savvy employees. The facility's exterior has a striking silver-gray zinc skin with a 100-year life, with each floor having a unique color scheme from bright blue to lime green. To ensure the interior provided ample light and unobstructed views, the originally planned cross-brace structural system was changed to a more open system after the project was underway. Due to the collaborative design-build process and use of building information modeling, the structural change was implemented without a hitch. Additional innovative elements included the utilization of underground storm detention system to ease the impact of the site into the city's storm system, and superior spray-applied air barrier for superior enclosure tightness. The facility was constructed to the U.S. Green Building Council's LEED certification standards and is currently seeking LEED Gold certification. As part of Wasatch Academy's ongoing campus master plan, Paulson Construction was chosen as construction manager to complete their 9th project for the owner. Wasatch Academy took ownership of the historic First Presbyterian Church in 2013. The church is adjacent to other buildings owned by the school and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The project involves structural upgrades and remodeling, including an addition totaling 12,700 square feet. The 15-month project included extensive seismic upgrade work to reinforce the masonry building, as well as sound attenuation throughout the building and new addition. The framing and structural work was a mix of different systems, including some wood-framed interior walls added to existing unreinforced masonry walls, structural steel columns in the sanctuary and bell tower, 8 inches of shotcrete on the 2 high gabled end walls of the sanctuary, and curved radius walls for sound attenuation. Special precautions were taken in preserving the stained glass windows throughout. Historic rough-style brick needed to be matched to new brick that would be sympathetic to the old look and feel of the existing brick. All seismic work, portions of concrete work, 75% of the wood framing, and 100% of the finished carpentry were completed by Paulson Construction employees for quality control. Total project cost, $3 million. Hughes General Contractors was the construction manager for the new multi-million-dollar Honan Equipment Building located in Salt Lake City. The 60,000 square foot tilt-up concrete structure is composed of gray concrete panels that are accented by staggered colored black concrete panels. The walls are stepped, both vertically and horizontally, to add vigor to the building's appearance. The original rendering of the project called for painted concrete. The Hughes team strongly suggested and delivered exposed architectural tilt-up with the black and gray colors included in the admixture. The colored panels will retain their hue without ever needing to be painted. The polished concrete floor is low maintenance, versatile, affordable, and long-lasting. Hughes invented a new concrete mixture and placement technique that created large slabs of crack-free concrete without the aid of saw cuts. This process is particularly beneficial for industrial and distribution slabs. Hughes self-performed 40% of the work on this project. Wadman Corporation was the general contractor on this 43,000 square foot new construction addition. The entire scope of the project included demolition, remodel, and modification of the existing structures, site work, and new concrete tilt-up construction of the 43,000 square foot addition and site work. The tilt-up panels involved sandwich slabs weighing over 135,000 pounds and 14 inches thick. Modifications of existing structures included structural upgrades, minor alterations including new walls and finishes, and roof modifications. An upgrade of mechanical and electrical systems and equipment was also a part of the scope. An element of specialty construction on the project included the assembly of the pasta machines manufactured in Italy. Each machine was valued at $3.5 million and air freighted in 30 containers to the project site. Machines were built in Italy, disassembled, shipped, and rebuilt on site, each taking 2 months to reassemble. Wadman self-performed 25% of all work on the project. GSL Electric worked with Big D Construction and the LDS Church on this ambitious renovation of the Ogden LDS Temple. The project involved a complete interior and exterior remodel of the 106,000 square foot facility originally constructed in 1971. This was a design-build project where GSL, working alongside Rocky Mountain Power, was able to provide discrete underground power solutions to the facility without disturbing the appearance of the building exterior or the temple site. This 3.5-year renovation included replacing old electrical, heating, and plumbing systems with modern, energy-saving equipment. GSL provided 107,000 electrical man-hours on the project, total conduit totaled 265,000 feet, total wire and cabling was 850,000 feet, and over 3,000 lighting fixtures. GSL self-performed 98% of the electrical and other systems for this project. Paulson Construction was the general contractor on this design-build new construction project. Scope of work included demolition of existing facility, a new 3,500 square foot single-story building, large sanctuary with altar area, meeting hall with kitchen space, restrooms, and a courtyard. Challenging site conditions included the installation of a StormTech subsurface storm system under the parking lot to accommodate all runoff water and disperse of it properly underground while maintaining the structural integrity of the soil above on which the parking lot was constructed. In addition, collapsible soil was detected throughout the site. Paulson worked closely with geotechnical engineers to over-excavate the affected areas to another 5 feet and then bring it back up to grade. This allowed for the stabilization of the soils and a solid foundation. Interior features included 20-foot walls to accommodate specially ordered domes that were dedicated by the congregation during placement. Exterior was designed and constructed to replicate the style of the buildings originally built in Russia. Paulson self-performed 13% of the labor. Contract amount, $1.2 million, and was a 9-month schedule. The Weber State University Public Safety Building, a Division Facilities and Construction Management project, is a new standalone facility of 10,000 square feet of steel frame and masonry construction. The new facility functions as a day-to-day operational building for campus parking services and also houses the University Police Department. The scope included demolition of 2 existing structures on the site, construction of the new building, and the addition of a parking lot. Continued efforts for eco-friendly features were an important aspect of the project. The solar technologies capture a reliable renewable source of energy that will reduce the reliance on other systems through the campus. The $3 million project was completed in 7 months and was finished ahead of schedule and earned a 5-star DFCM rating. The new classroom building built by Big D Construction provides 250,000 square feet of much-needed study and learning space at Utah Valley University. The facility features 34 classrooms ranging in size from 40 to 330 seats and a 1,000-seat auditorium. Unique challenges that were encountered on the project, including drilling for and creating 2 500-foot wells for supplemental heating capacity to the central plant with a direct connection to the facility's mechanical system. In addition, the auditorium had sloped grades and radius walls. This presented a challenge with incorporating all the overhead mechanical, electrical, and fire sprinkler materials, including such specialty systems like the Skyfold operational partitions and custom seating. Building information modeling was used during the design, pre-installation, and installation to help meet strict tolerances, allowing all pieces to fit. Big D also constructed detailed mock-up sections of undulating board-formed concrete walls and spent considerable efforts coordinating mix designs with the concrete supplier to make sure the finished wall achieved the desired look. Project value, $42 million. Big D Construction was the general contractor on the $42 million Salt Lake Community College Center for Arts and Media, located on the old South High campus in Salt Lake City. The new 181,000 square foot center is where film and theater productions, TV broadcast, radio broadcast, digital and analog art, and student work is celebrated. The facility is a blend of renovation work and additions to the historic school built in 1929. A first phase of the project included gutting the old gym and pool down to its structural skeleton. Underpinning footings, reinforcing existing structure to meet current codes, and upgrading lighting and mechanical systems to fit the new required loads created challenges and opportunities for the team. Wood flooring from the gymnasium was salvaged and reused in several locations. A modern new main east entry of the 1929 building added 2 new gallery spaces. Existing space was renovated, restoring original 1929 elements, retaining the original volume of the space and contrasting it with the curved glass wall that is backlit with changing lights to create a celebratory threshold into the new Center for Arts and Media. The project started out as a new standalone facility constructed in an undeveloped portion of the campus, but the college simply did not have the budget